Well, that was a reality check and a half, wasn't it? Oh, I mean, if there's anything to completely deflate the mood after last week, it's definitely that performance. Not good at all. I'll be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and have a rant or anything like that because it's game 2 of the season. I'm not gonna sit and shout at them because it's just not really worth it. Really, I mean, there's still 36 games left to go, but yeah, we've got to improve. We've got to improve next week against Brentford, I think. And I think today especially has proven how for all 3 promoted sides, home form is going to be absolutely crucial this season. Because now obviously all 3 teams have won a game. They've all won the first game or second game of Burnley's case, all at home as well. And you can see on Monday night at Eliezer, Ellen Road, it's absolutely bouncing. And they definitely took advantage of it, playing a very poor Everton side as well. I think for us, looking at West Ham last week and looking at them last night, I don't want to take anything away from our performance because I think it was still a really good performance against West Ham. But I think you can start to see that it was definitely more, I think in my opinion anyway, more of West Ham being completely poor at the back than it was us just blowing them out of the water. Because I said that last week. I don't think we played. I don't think we were outstanding by any means. I thought we just had a good performance. And I think today was definitely telling how, yeah, I mean, to be fair, the first half wasn't very good. Let's be honest. I think neither team really playing absolute best. Mayenda missing absolute sitter in the first few minutes. I mean, on the replays, he didn't really get that much of a great touch on it. I think if he got a better touch on it, it would have went in. To be fair, Talbi as well having a brilliant opportunity. I mean, to be fair, it was a great run from Talbi, by the way, completely caught out of the Burnley defence. And it was a very tight angle for him, and he eventually was put up past the post. Burnley also had a goal disallowed in the first half as well. Lyle Foster, he just fucking barred Seelt to the ground in the build-up, and then obviously the goal was correctly ruled out. So I've seen people say that it was very soft. I mean, you can say what you want. I think it was the correct decision. It was a foul, but I think Seelt definitely got out of trouble in that one, and I'll be talking more about Jensen Seelt later on. Don't you worry about that. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think for the first half, it wasn't a good game of football at all in the first half. We had more of the ball, and we just didn't create anything. That's just been the complete theme today, that we just didn't create. I'm sorry, my TV's going off here. For fuck's sake. We just didn't create enough opportunities today, which is obviously why we've lost. I mean, and Burnley definitely took advantage of coming out the flanks early doors second half, and took full advantage. I mean, to be fair, you've just got to say fair play to Josh Cullen. It was a brilliant finish, and curls a beauty in the bottom left corner. Ruth absolutely no chance. It was a good goal from Burnley, the first one. I'll have to say, because it was a good goal. I mean, to be fair, again, Jensen Seelt not really painting so much glory with that one. Just watching it go in, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, for the first half of the second half, that makes any sense. Burnley definitely were the better team. We just didn't really get going, and then it got to the point. Obviously, we brought on Isidore, Lefay, and Roberts, just completely changing the front three, which didn't really do much. To be fair, because it was just the same issues before. We just weren't creating enough opportunities. Yeah, I just think today Liberated got it completely wrong. Just I think we were too over reliant on putting balls into the box. I know it worked last week against West Ham, but it just wasn't working today against Burnley. And to be fair, Esteve, I mean, to be fair, he's a fucking brilliant defender. So he came off injured as well as Dan Ballard did. I think Esteve, to be fair, I think Burnley have to hope he's not out for too long, because I think he definitely played a big part in their win today. And then of course Burnley obviously right at the very end do make it 2-0. I mean, it was just complete against the run of play. Jaidon Anthony, I mean, to be fair, I said it in my Premier League predictions video. He's finally been given an opportunity to play in the Premier League, and I think so far today he definitely took it very well. It was a good goal. I mean, it's shocking defending from us, by the way. I mean, again, Jensen Seelt just completely he was just marking the air. He was just fucking caught in no man's land. Trey Hume was just too far up forward to really catch up to Anthony. And for me, if I'm Jensen Seelt, and I see that Alderetti's got the right hand side covered, I'll maybe move over a bit, because yeah, for me, I think I just think Seelt. I think obviously Hume's too far forward to really catch with Anthony. So as for Jensen Seelt, you've got the cover up side better. He literally wasn't no man's land. Jensen Seelt. And obviously, Anthony took around the goalkeeper. Nice finish into the roof of the net to make it 2-0. And that was really it. To be fair, I came up here. I think I came up here like 94th minute. I think I came up here, in this one. But yeah, I mean again, to be fair, I said at half time this game for me had like a one clear opportunity written all over to really separate the two teams, and then that was what happened in the end. I think 2-0. I don't think 2-0 really told the complete story of the game, in my opinion. I think 1-0 probably would have been a more fair result. We lost anyway. I'm just talking shit at this point, eventually, seriously. But yeah, I think 2-0 definitely. It just felt like it was 2-0. It didn't really quite tell the full story of the game. I mean, to be fair, again, we didn't really create much. Burnley had 2 chances and they took both of them. Which we didn't. We had 2 big chances to start the game. We didn't take either of them. So yeah, Burnley fully deserved the win. I'm not taking that away from them. They fully deserved the win. And it was one of those games. Even going into it, if you guys saw my prediction video yesterday, you saw how I was feeling about this game. I was a little bit nervous going into it because I was like, oh, it's gonna be typical Sunderland if we go into this game and lose. And we did. We did lose, to be fair. Although I think Dan Ballard going off injured definitely played a huge part in that. I think had Ballard been playing the full game, might not have lost the game. We might not have lost in the way that we did. Because I don't want to single out anyone by any means, but I just thought Jensen Seelt had an absolute nightmare today. He really did. He just looked like a rabbit caught in headlights, which was weird because I thought he looked good against West Ham last week before he came off, and he just wasn't good at all today. He really wasn't. Again, to be fair, I think easy forgetting it could have been 3-0. We could have just completely had our goal difference just completely erased. Had Burnley's first goal stood, which again I know it was a foul. It was definitely the right decision to call the goal off, but again I think Seelt definitely got away with massively there because I think it was his poor defending that got us in that issue in the first place. So obviously Adingra got a yellow card for having this little thing with Hannibal. I mean, to be fair, like I've seen people calling for a red card. I don't think it was a red card personally. I mean, Adingra it was barely a slap. Let's be real. He didn't. Hannibal, like it wouldn't have really affected Hannibal that much. I think it was silly. It was daft from Adingra to do that, and I think a yellow card definitely was the correct decision there. But overall, this wasn't a good performance at all. I mean, Hannibal as well. By the way, like I don't want this to be seen as me being salty by any means. I don't think Hannibal's a fucking dirty piece of work. I really do. I don't like him at all. I really don't. He's just a rat, really. But yeah, fair bit of Burnley. It's crucial to get the first win in the season early doors. I mean, literally, like last year, obviously people saying that loads this week. It took until October last year for the first promoted club to win the first game of the season. Now all 3 have done it within the first 2 weeks. So maybe it is different this season. I don't know. But yeah, I think even going into the season, Burnley will probably look at its fixture thinking, right, we've got to win this game. If we want Sunderland, because I think on paper, it was their most winnable game of the season. And they have done it brilliantly as well. But yeah, overall, I thought they looked pretty solid, compact. We just couldn't really break them down. It was our own doing, which is a shame, but it is what it is. For us, Brentford at home next week, I think we've got the bounce back straight away. I think we need to chill out a bit with the crosses in the box, because that's not going to work against Brentford, I don't think. If it wasn't going to work against Burnley, it is not going to work against Brentford next week. We've got to turn it around next week. Hopefully, sold out stadium once again, because Brentford Aston Villa sold out as well in September as well. So hopefully we'll bounce back from this one. But yeah, I think again just a massive reality check for us this game, which I'm glad it's come earlier rather than sooner, because although it would have been nice to have gotten another win today, obviously. I think having the reality check so soon in the season definitely a huge help in hand as well. And yeah, hopefully we'll take this lesson up into the season. But yeah, having a look at around the ground today in the Premier League, I'll be honest, it wasn't a very goal-friendly game day to day in the Premier League. Like I thought it would be, to be fair. I think in my predictions I had quite a few goals galore on this one. It just wasn't the case at all. Completely lost my thing. So yeah, last night, with West Ham absolutely getting obliterated by Chelsea. I mean, as I said briefly before, I think our win last week against West Ham, definitely, I think now looking at it, definitely more was a case of West Ham just being completely poor, rather than us blowing it out of the water. I mean, to be fair, West Ham, I mean, although they did go 2-1 up against Chelsea as well, but the second goal was disallowed. But again, Chelsea completely broke them down far too easily. And yeah, West Ham conceded 8 goals in the first 2 games of the season. Now the worst ever start to Premier League season, technically, for West Ham. And there, yeah, Graham Potter. Truthfully, I think he can. I can see him getting sacked pretty early doors. Today, Tottenham, a brilliant win. He had 2-0. James Trafford, an absolute stinker in that game, has to be said. Although to be fair, he should have been sent off. First, I don't know how VAR didn't do anything because one, he handed the ball outside the box, and 2, he just fucking booted Kudus in the chest. I don't know how he didn't get sent off for that one, by the way. But yeah, fair bit of Tottenham. They're looking better every week, it must be said. Bournemouth getting their first win of the season against Wolves. 1-0 win at home there. Wolves were down to 10 men. But it was Tavernier's goal in the first 4 minutes, which definitely saw the game. But yeah, even looking at it, Bournemouth definitely had, more of the ball. They definitely deserved the win in the end in that one. And Brentford getting their first win of the season against Aston Villa. Dango Dara on his debut, coming from Bournemouth. I mean, as we said, a brilliant sign for Brentford there. And yeah, in the game, again, Villa absolutely dominated the game, but Brentford took the chance, and then Villa didn't. I mean, yeah, look at that. Literally, Villa no big chances at all, 17 shots, and the keeper only saved once. It's not good enough for Villa. Again, not a good start for the season from them. And of course, Burnley winning against Sunderland, and of course Arsenal against Leeds kicking off in 15 minutes as of recording this. So guys, that's going to be it for this review. Again, not great that we've lost away at Burnley. I was hoping that, we could at least take a point away from this game, but it is what it is. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. Brentford at home next weekend, who thankfully got their first win of the season out the way now, so yeah, it should be a good game next week. I'm hoping, hopefully, with the backing of the home fans again, we can maybe get another win against Brentford. But that's going to be for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all next time.